You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more.
Wait a minute, this is your boy Al Mega. Welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders podcast. Woo! Happy New Year to my Crusaders out there. It's the first one of the year. We're about to kick it off with what will be the most fire project on Kickstarter for this season right now. We have the creative team here. We got people involved, man. I can't wait. This is a big squad, for the first one of the year. Let me introduce the man, the big brain over here, all right? The Black Lion himself from Voltron, if you will. The big boss, the creator, Mr. E. Yay, Brown.
What's up? What's going on, man?
All right, I'm chilling, man. And thank you for coming on through. Now, let me get the rest of your team over here.
Yes.
We have a big squad, man. Let me introduce another team member of yours that was hitting me up on Facebook randomly. I'm like, huh? Who is this guy? He says, I'm part of the team. Let me introduce the one, the only Mr. Brian Cochran. What's popping, bro?
What's going on, neighbor?
All right. And yep, good. My man fixed his stuff. Let me get the one and only over here, the man with no face, but with a voice of gold, the one and only Phil.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
I would love your last name, sir.
What was that?
What was your last name?
Last name? We can't tell out the last name. People look me up. Can't have that.
Oh, my, there you go. See, he has an OnlyFans account, folks. and with that, another big boss in the building, another legend over here, Mr. Chop. How you doing, baby?
What up, Al? Good to see you, homie.
Hey, man, great to hear you. Fantastic.
Thank you.
We got a lot of shy people on deck today. And then a return guest over here, my man behind Sweet P. You know him, man. And the Heroic Awards, he came ever so close, but he's gonna win. He's gonna win. Man, he is a future star of anything I've seen before the one. The only Mr. Look at this. What an amazing squad. This is the Deathblade, the Awakening squad on deck in the house at Comic Crusaders podcast. So welcome, muchachos. And we need to start digging in, man, because this is a packed house. Let me start with the guy that came here first, prompt, 10 minutes early in the room. I love it. Mr. Edward Brown over here. Tell us a bit about yourself, where you're OG from, and the most important question you'll ever hear in your life. What is the first thing in fandom that you ever fell in love with?
Well, first of all, I want to give a shout out. Can I give a shout out to my father? Today is his birthday.
Give out those shout outs. Give them to Daddy. Absolutely.
Dad's watching. Happy birthday, Dad. You turned 84. I'm glad
Happy
that
birthday.
Still alive. Much love.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. I am originally from Pittsburgh. I was going to wear my Pittsburgh hat, my Steeler hat, but I thought, hey, we've been losing 4, so better.
Hey, man, I'm a Giants fan, so I'm a masochist myself, apparently.
Yeah, so I'm from Pittsburgh. I hail from Pittsburgh, PA. That's where I grew up. That's home for me. Fandom for me, I was a huge Superman fan, and that's how I got into comics at a young age. Read every comic book from Captain America to Black Panther.
So how did you get access to comics? Was it through family? Was it through friends? Was it self-discovery at the supermarket one day?
It was my mother. My mother.
Always mama to shut somebody up. Here, read this.
Yeah, she wanted us to read something, and she embedded the creativity into us.
Beautiful.
And she was the type of woman that said, hey, if you're going to read something, you're going to read it. And I picked up my first comic book. My first comic book was actually Superman. Was my first comic book, and I read and I fell in love with that. And that's how I got into comics.
Beautiful. Let me get the second one over here. Yeah. Oh, Frank. I know. Look, they're excited. They are so excited right here already. Big Frank right here in the building, excited to see it in print. Now, my man Brian, what's your story, homie? Where you from originally, and also your origin story, if you will?
So pretty much, I was born on a distant planet, Krypton. I was sent here. I'm an orphan. No, in reality, I'm from the Boston area.
Really, I couldn't tell the accent.
You can tell? Oh my God. So my story is a little bit deeper. When I was born with a form of cerebral palsy. called hypotonia. Wasn't supposed to walk or talk. Delayed speech until I was like 3.5. Delayed walking until I was 4.
Oh.
So during that, you know, when I was younger, I related to syndication episodes of this guy right freaking here.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
And that's what dragged me on. Of course, the Nicholas Hammond, Fred Wall, Spider-Man show.
Yeah, my man,
And then
serious.
when I was 8, my mom was in a bad car accident.
Oh, wow.
Ended up having 33 surgeries over in 11 years. So I was the kid that would come home, notes, you know, hey, we had to rush your mom to the hospital. This is before cell phones and stuff. But at school, I was the one that, you know, would find notes on my locker, learn how to talk, teach your mom how to walk.
Oh, God.
I was a kid who ate lunch in the bathroom stall.
Oh, damn.
You know, with hidden copies of Wizard the Magazine. So basically, my comic love has always been there. You know, I joke that Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno raised me more than my parents did because of circumstances. My son's named after Bill Bixby.
Okay.
From the old show. But that's my love. You know, the TV show became the comic book, became all types of media. I had a website to Spider-Man way back in the GeoCities days. Back in the 90s.
GeoCities, my God.
I'm
Nice.
dating myself.
My man is aging himself. Like, yeah, I think you're older than Krypton at this point.
I can get the senior citizen discount at Denny's.
Hey, listen, Denny's, you know, depend who's in the kitchen, it might be good. All right, so
you know what? You drink enough, it's all good.
I'm from New York. You tell him, man. Although pizza is my cure-all food, so there we go.
So you're a Yankee fan or Met fan?
I'm a Yankee fan, so you
awesome.
know.
Same here, born and raised.
At least we got one more than the
back
Mets.
in 90.
We won one more than the Mets, at least. Horrible. Anyway, my man Phil came through too today. So talk to me, Phil. Where you OG from and your early love and fandom?
My origins are pretty basic, pretty simple. I'm from New York, born and raised.
All right.
I've been pretty much drawing my entire life. My first comic was a Spider-Man comic. I think it was my dad who gave me that. I was maybe about 4 or 5 years old, and I just gravitated to art ever since. And then, you know, I got like 10, 12 years old, started picking up my own comics, and I just kept going from there. And I've tried all sorts of type of art, 3D art, graphic design, you name it, I've tried it.
Well, so what shop was around your way in New York that fed your interest?
It was, well, I didn't actually go to any shops because I'm from the Bronx.
Oh,
so I
the
would have to
Bronx.
go all the way to Manhattan. I went all the way downtown to, you know, the comic shops down there.
Gotcha. Yeah, I remember there was a small one in the Bronx. It was a real hole in the wall. Almost nothing fit, but it was cool. It was like, you know, it was a shop. The dude was trying. Bring it to the hood. Loved it.
Yeah.
You know? My man Chuck, the invisible Chuck, man, how you doing?
I'm doing good, homie. How are you?
All righty. Tell us, man, what you been up to since the last time we chatted? It's been
Ooh. Well, I'm not in the States anymore. I'm back home in Canada. Making comics up here now, and obviously working with some kick-ass teams. Look around me. I'm not wrong.
Yeah, bro.
And yeah, just gonna make my 2025 comeback. I went quiet for a couple years there, and this one I'm gonna be loud, proud, and annoying as hell, and I'm here for it.
I love it. This is the year that Chuck don't give a and just gets it done, baby. Love it.
You know it, buddy. You know it. And for me, I'd say, what's that?
No, the guy got it. Was at the comic shop on Fordham Road. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Anyway. All right. Oh, that's cool, Chuck. You keep him busy though, and I really people have been missing the work, so I'm glad that you decided that this is the year, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
And Aline, man, we see each other all the time now, baby. Was popping since last time now.
It's been a minute. I've been quiet, but like Chuck said, 2025, we're gonna make some noise, man.
Yes.
First thing up is this amazing project right here. It's been a joy working as the art director for this project, man. I've been loving it.
Yeah, that's what I want to start learning. Then we're gonna learn all about the promance in a moment. All right. Let me get back to EA. So EA, man, you know, I want to start getting into the book. We got some images, you know, we got a squad here that's excited, and we got people wanting. to get this book. So tell me about the early inspirations behind Deathblade.
The early inspirations behind Deathblade actually came about 5 years ago. I was looking at trying to create, actually, I was starting a movie. We were going to do a movie. And at that time, I was looking at, I'm a huge Ghost Rider and a Hawk fan, Hawk fan as well. And I was like saying, hey, I want to create this horror type genre. And Phil was one of the persons that I came and we started working together. Phil is kind of like my Ebonics in a way, where if I try to explain something, he can kind of like break it down. But that's how it started.
So wait, so I want to know this then. So how what's the romance story between you and Phil? How you guys even connect? That you made him, the guy, if you will, for your vision.
Well, we first came out with the first suit. Phil came out with the first suit that we had, the first ideal that we thought that would work for what we wanted.
And is that this right here? Was it that render thing right here?
Not this one. That's M.
Okay. So I have three. Well, that's
yeah,
cool.
This is the. It would be. I don't know if Wesley sent you the first picture.
I don't believe I haven't, sadly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the big banner one, that's Deathblade, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Deathblade. The big banner one is.
Yeah, but we're talking about their incarnations. But
the original picture.
Design.
Yeah, the original design. The original design was more of a uniform. It was more like, he put on a uniform and
it was superhero-ish.
It was superhero-ish.
Okay.
Than supernatural.
Yeah, and just didn't fit to what we wanted.
All right.
And so when we went to, Phil had left, and then he, left, and then I was looking for another way of really trying to get our story straight for Deathblade on horror. A group out of UK, a group of guys I know from Lucasfilms, Virginia and Rubio, over there for art direction. They do all the Marvel and DC stuff for their films. I reached out to her and I said, hey, look, I'm trying to create this character. I'm trying to embody this character, Deathblade. And she sat me down and we went over for a week of what I wanted the character to look like. And Rubio was like, if you're talking about a person that is going to fight evil, is he going to put on a uniform? No, he's going to embody that evil. He's going to take on that evil. So it's going to become evil to fight evil.
Yeah.
So he went in and he described it. And I said, yeah, that's what I want. And that's what I'm, looking for. We took the old uniform and we embodied into the Deathblade that you see today.
Gotcha.
And it was, once they did that, it was a wrap. We kind of had an idea exactly what we wanted to do and build from there.
So Phil, let me ask you, when EA was coming up to you, with the concept and the ideas, I mean, what was that like? What ran through your head? What type of inspirations did you kind of lean towards?
It was fun. It was quite interesting at the very beginning, because the story has evolved a lot since then. Mm-hmm. So it was originally it was trying to make something unique, something that, when you looked at it, you didn't get an image of something else. So that's kind of like the approach that we went. So we were trying to take inspiration from Dark Horse comics and stuff like that, just to make something different, which, in the early stages, I think we accomplished that. And then to what it's become now and the way it's evolved now, it's pretty good.
Excellent. Dig it. And when did Brian get involved over here?
August 22.
Yep.
So who brought in Brian?
I did.
Oh,
they found me on a street corner. I had my legs.
He went to Boston Comic Con, just saw you there. I get it, man. He's like, this poor guy needs some work. He saw some rough scratches on the floor with chalk.
Exactly.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Tell the truth, Brian. Tell the truth.
It's all the same when you turn off the lights. That's the truth.
My God. Okay, listen, no baby O is involved.
So I've been a freelancer for About 2 decades. I've ghostwritten quite a few New York Times best-selling books. I've ghostwritten comic books. I can't say the projects because ghostwriting, but for the producers, developers behind the video game The Quarry, for the producers that won the Expendables 3 Why the Last Man adaptation. I've been in comic books for a long time, but nobody knows my name. It's NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. So I was just looking for
that, man. Let me wait. So here you are, you're trying to get your work out there, but then you are, but you can't. So how do you how the fuck do you deal with that?
Drink kind of a lot. Drink alcohol a lot.
So how do you feel that now your name is going to be on this one, right?
Well, it's funny because we have this. There's another comic book project coming out this year that's pretty big with my name on it. I have a movie coming out.
What's your name on it?
Right now. What was that?
Does it have your name on it too?
Yes.
Oh my God. Yep. Happy birthday. This is the year Brian was born.
I know. I am 29 all the time. It's amazing.
Oh, awesome. That's
but I was on Upwork, which is a freelance, site. Came across Eddie's posting for a writing and queried, and I've been here for 2+ years.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
No wonder Ed's hair is white because it was black when I saw him in this summer. It stressed him out, bro.
I had more hair before.
Hey, I got a bunch of characters, but they're all good. They're all brothers. I love them all.
I dig this. All right, so now because I didn't know how everybody met. So how did Chuck get involved?
Chuck got involved when we were looking for an editor. We realized once the book was done, we realized that we needed a little bit more depth to make sure that we delivered on what the character looked like and the art, the visual art that Aleem and his team was doing. We had to have someone to come in and say, hey, look, guys, put it all together and just blow it out the doors. I have to give credit to Kevin Golay over at Ink Studios. He's the one who connected us. He said, Ed, you got to have Chuck. You can't have nobody but Chuck. And I was like, all right, cool. I was in the airport, reached out to Chuck. I think FaceTime, then we called and then we talked. And then I was just like, yo, Chuck, take it over, baby.
To be fair, you had me jump through some hoops, which was like, funny enough, it was kind of new for me. Like usually people already know me via my reps, so I haven't had to jump through a lot of hoops. So it was kind of cool. Like, all right, cool, yeah, I'll tell you all about myself and do all this stuff. And once we got to talking about the project and kind of how he saw it and how I saw it, and it worked, man. Like we've worked really well together, and I think I have respect for what he wants to do, and we're just having a damn good time with it.
I love it. See, we're gonna get into. Everybody's gonna talk about this story. I'm gonna show some images in a second. After I ask the last one over here, how did Aleem, my big homie, get involved in all of this now?
C2E2 at the Heroic Awards, which Almega was the host of. Let's not forget.
Yeah, he was.
That's right.
Get your flowers. So at C2E2, Kev introduced me to Ed, and Ed told me that he was a fan of the books that I had made so far, which surprised me because I'm making them and I know people buying them, but it's a different thing when somebody comes up to you that's seen your book and liked it. You know what I mean? So that's still a new feeling for me. So
listen, man, when people say, hey, are you Omega? Do you I'm like, yeah. Oh man, I listen to you all the time. Like, it's so weird. Thank you.
Crazy, right?
It's weird.
Yeah. But we gotta take our accomplishments serious.
And it was me and Aleem, we're very close. I call him, and I have to say this. Aleem and his team are just amazing.
Thank you.
I have to give Kevin his flowers and the Ink Studio team. He knew exactly what I needed. He knew exactly what we need to deliver. But I can tell you this: Each one of these guys, I believe in what they're doing. I don't get in their way. You know, sometimes creators, we can get in our own way. We want to see our own tunnels, but each and every one of these guys are gifted. They're gifted, and you're going to see in the book, in the Deathblade book, the images, the story. I mean, like I said,
you mean images like this? Oh
yeah.
my gosh. What? Look at that lettering too. That shit pops. Love it.
And oh, we haven't even talked about, we got ESK is doing the lettering for us.
Dude, look at this artwork, guys.
Honestly,
God.
Aleem and Yusuf have been godsends to this
Yes,
project.
they are.
We would never be able to find someone as great as them. I mean, look, the line art has definition. It's 3D. It's not flat. And we're just on the same wavelength. It's, yeah, all props to Aleem.
Yeah, Aleem, man. Like,
and Yusuf. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yusuf.
talk about that team, brother. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
So Yusuf is the line artist, Yusuf Shitu from Nigeria. He's the guy, he's the artist of the Diary of Sweet Pea. And he came over with me to work on Deathblade.
Nice.
He's just been knocking it out of the park. And then we have Alfred Ital on the colors, and he's also very intuitive. So with just a little bit of direction, you know, some layouts and everything like that, I can let them go ahead and do their thing. They make the job easy. You can tell that they're very passionate about the work that they, you know, that they presenting. We all treating this like this, the huge opportunity that it is, and trying to just create something that's going to have a big impact.
I mean, look at that face. That's a face, man. What? That's gonna strike fear into their foes. I mean, yo.
And here's one thing I have to give credit to the art team, and I have to give credit to our variant cover guys. We have some of the best guys in the business. We have Oscar Pinta from DC, Joker's World, if you're familiar with. He's one of their top artists. He actually did a variant cover. And he was the first person that told us that we needed to put a mouth on Deathblade. He said, look, Ed, he's got to have expressions. He's got to be able to express himself. So when you see this, it's like a mouth, but we went in and we added a mouth to him. Gotcha. And it really changed the game for us, because it really allowed people going to see the expressions, the emotions. And these guys were just really great. And Leo Capocha from Italy, who's actually with Image. He's actually the new cover artist for Image. He's doing Spawn and other major comic books for Image. He actually went out and explained it and drew it. He didn't even charge me for it.
Oh, really? Love
Did
it.
not. He was so much sold on the character that he said, hey, look, Ed, this is what he's got to do. You got to do this. Now, how many guys you know are going to sit up there and not charge you?
Good shit, man.
I mean, and they're expensive. These guys are not cheap.
Yeah,
they're telling you. They're telling you.
Bless.
I mean, I definitely was blessed. And you said something that was kind of interesting, and I kind of want to backtrack a little bit. One of the things that I love about this team is they're not my team. It's not about me. Yeah. It's about the book. And anyone can tell you, I don't like yes men in front of me. And because if I had yes men, I don't think I would be here today talking to you about this. I would never deliver what you're seeing today.
Yeah.
Or seeing today for Deathblade. It's so much more from the writing. Brian knocked it out the park. He knocked it out the park. When I mean knocked it out the park, he hit it. He hit it out of orbit.
Yeah.
And then we have Chuck, who comes in, who makes sure that everything is glued tight. And he's done a marvelous job. And then Aleem, of course, Aleem is just, him and his team, they're on another planet. And Yusuf, you guys going to hear about that name. Shital, he is the real deal. I don't know what they're doing over there in Africa, over there in Nigeria, but those brothers are on fire.
Oh, and Nigeria is all over on fire because they got us, with my Afrobeat and stuff, man. They got some women out there coming out. My gosh, I have crushes everywhere over there. I need to move out there. I need me a shorty from out there. Let me tell you. I'm digging it, but I see what you mean about the mouth and regarding him, because here you can't tell, but then in that image you can tell he has a mouth here. Yeah, it does make a difference, but I find that without the mouth, he's a lot more fucking scarier because it's like he got no words for you. He's about to bust your ass.
Exactly.
I love it. I mean, but what is Deathblade overall? I mean, is it a knife? Is it a suit? Is it a symbiote? What is the Deathblade? Is it something, or is it just his name? What is it?
The Deathblade is the weapon that is embedded into the character. It's
similar to a symbiote, but not quite. Think more Clive Barker, Cronenberg films, more similar to that. Where
so it's a body horror. It's a body horror, but a body horror superhero story.
Exactly.
Look, all right. Hey, listen, man, body horror. It's coming back hard. Have you seen The Substance with them? That was wild.
It's trending up.
Yeah.
Right, and the monsters that we're gonna the one of the things that we wanted to when we first came out, we were coming up with vampires and werewolves like everybody else was doing, and we said, look, we can't do that. Let's create our own creatures and monsters. We can embed some of the vampires and the werewolves, but we created our own called the Night Creed. It's more cosmic and it's more supernatural. And then we have these, we went to the skinwalkers. We went more Indian and we used that into our culture. So, but they're more monsters, and we have some crazy stuff. I'm not going to give spoilers, folks. I'm not going to give it away, Brian. I'm not going to give it away, Brian.
No, I'm going to interject.
You got to mute his mic, man.
It's a good amalgamation, smorgasbord of cosmic horror like H.P. Lovecraft to actually true like Native American folklore, urban legends, horror that way. It's the good mixture, and of course the body horror. It's not your standard slasher. It's not your standard vampire. It's not your standard werewolf. It takes the inspiration from those pieces, but we do our own thing with it.
Gotcha.
I just wanted to clarify that because I know there's horror fans in there that will be like, oh, that's H.P. Lovecraft, like, oh, that's Native American and stuff. And, to wet their whistle, I just wanted to define it right.
And is this also a hit right here? Because, I mean, where they at here? I mean, look at this.
Pick up the issue and find out.
Hey, what a tease. What a tease.
Touch you in the morning and walk away.
Who's this?
That is M. He is very much somebody you don't want to mess with.
Why? Okay, so before he's in a black suit, now he's in a white suit. How does that even happen?
Black.
What can you tell us?
Now, see, you got to be careful with Ed because he's trying to trick you, man.
Who wants to take on that question? My man is like sweating. Like, wait a minute.
No, I think where we have the colors that you're looking at, the symbol that he has, the power that is bracing off, it has such of a gold or blackish type of ore that it makes it looks like that.
Okay, gotcha.
So it may look like that it comes off like that, but that's not the case.
Okay. Oof.
This right here, that is Deathblade.
That's actually a panel from like one of the first few pages, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Like that's what needs to impress people is that's not like a cover, that's interior art.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah.
Insane, this art. And the coloring, everything though. I mean, even though you see that he's a dark colored character, right? But the shadows, everything, you can still see his eyes, you can see his nose, you can see his mouth. I mean, the artist and the colors is such a wonderful job that you can still see the action. his emotion in that scene. Like, I'm about to bust your ass type look on his face. I love it. I love this. Yeah, yo, fucking fantastic. And then look at this scene. Look at the detail on the muscles and everything. Homeboy, you better watch out.
When you mentioned color, that's something that we really try to closely pay attention to. And I got to give credit. It's already been said, but to the script, Brian's writing made this very easy. You know, I'm gonna say
Thank you. I'll pay you money later for saying that.
You know,
and that was the Cash App symbol he just got.
I said too much, no bueno. You don't say the English.
Yeah, so we made sure that everything is for a purpose. You know, it's not just a random color. It's not just that tan might look good there. It's to draw out emotions. It's to create the ambiance inside of the scene and every panel, the light sources and everything. We pay attention to all of it. Because, you know, I just want you guys to know how serious we are about this work. That team, Yusuf and Alfred, is two names that you need to remember. And, yeah, we can rock it.
I want to know who are these homies that are chasing him, or they is homies.
Pick up the issue.
Hey, Brian,
he's going to be a problem.
Excuse myself. I don't get let out much.
I just want to tease. Are they good? They bad? They part of the club? I mean,
they're not good.
They're not good.
Okay.
Or are they?
Hey. And he keeps teasing us just like these images of where the tales may be coming from in the legends. Like, I don't know, I'm digging the scene though. Who actually visited over there and was able to get a picture of this and draw it out because it looks dope. It looks great. Anyone of y'all been out there yet and to actually see this type of stuff?
No.
Well, it sounds like right off this tax season.
I wish we could be there to do that, but these are just ideas that I got to give it to Brian, coming up with the temple, coming up with the location that I won't give away. Just our imagination, man, it's just powerful.
And again, look at that use of green on this. Yes, not a green, but guess what? Still definition. You see everything, son.
Green
is infrared.
Right? That's night vision. Yeah, we can't.
That's night vision. You don't really see that because most of the time they're using night vision as red. This is green.
Yeah,
both brothers are on point.
Yo, fuck, bro.
And again, these are panels.
How well done?
Emotional art. This is panels from the book.
How well done is this? Jesus Christ, yo,
really well done.
To the Voltron here, man, for real. Jeez. And again, just look at that. But my man Bear looking legit too. Hello, Kimberly, how you doing?
He knows how to grow it.
Yo, for real, you have a boss team, and then look at this right there, yo, as well. Wow. Look at the detail and the places they're at, the vines. I would not go into a spot that has candles already on that shouldn't be on. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
F those orders.
Especially when it looks like it's been abandoned for hundreds and thousands of years.
Exactly. Brian, can you give the audience a synopsis of the story?
You got a little synopsis.
Something happens to person A that becomes person B, and it goes down. I'm just kidding. So basically, and I'm just going to, dabble my hands in this because the less the reader knows, the better.
Right.
Yeah.
The whole thing is that Ambrose, the lead character, is a Marine Navy SEAL. He's, one of the top dogs, best of the best. And something as cliche as this is, supernatural happens that creates a form of PTSD in him.
Oh.
We deal with the trauma while he's uncovering what happened. So that will open the door to, the vampire stuff we were talking about, the werewolf stuff we were talking about, the supernatural, and eventually will put him or a supporting character into the suit that we see the designs for. but it is told through Ambrose's eyes. It is, as much as I want to say, it is strictly horror. It isn't. It's more in line with what Vertigo did in the 80s.
Oh,
Dark
nice.
urban fantasy. If you've read Clive Barker's Imagica, where it had horror aspects, but it was, you know, I don't want to say fantasy as in, you know, Lord of the Rings, but not horror concise.
Well, I think you can put that for people to understand that maybe didn't read that book. Let's talk about Cabal, aka Nightbreed. No,
exactly.
Right?
Or the difference between Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Supernatural.
Yeah,
Buffy, when you walked into it, and it's a great show. I loved it. It's my top 20 TV shows of all time. It was, I don't want to say formulaic, but you knew it was going to come down to a fist fight. Buffy was evenly powered with, you know, the villain of the week, the monster, the big bad, regardless. Or, you know, at least in the realm. Horror is more, you know, the damsel in distress while Jason smashes down your door and comes for you. You don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
So we see the rise of this character through his PTSD and other means, not only discovering himself, but being able to rise. So if Jason came in through his door, he would have a fighting chance. Hopefully that touches on it, shades it. If not, new phone, who dis? But it's, I don't want to give any away because you don't go into Terrifier 3 knowing the kills that are going to happen.
Right.
You don't. You want to go in cold. All you want to hear about is the first 10 minutes that people walk out of the theater. So the first 10 pages, if, you know, it is, if I have done my job correctly, we'll have people not walk out of the theater or, you know, drop the book, but be like, oh, they went there. Holy shit. But it is mainly about this Marine trying to get his life back together. Navy SEAL, excuse me. Trying to get his life back together after suffering a tragic moment, a tragedy. Meanwhile, he's inquisitive. He wants to know why that tragic moment happened, why that tragedy happened. And the more he peels back the layers, the more he finds himself in this descent into the supernatural, into the horrific, into the undead, into the cosmic horror, the body horror, the Native American folklore horror.
Yes,
all of that.
It's
That's
savage,
the best way I can summarize it.
Yeah, it's savage, it's diabolical, medieval, Machiavellian villains. This is where, you know, this is where we want to go. This is where we want to scare people. We want you, when you read that book, we want you to turn the page, but we want you to be freaked out when you're reading that book.
What's the plan for this series, man? Is this a series? Is this a one shot? I mean, are we getting a movie? Do you need some Puerto Ricans to go and film too?
It's a series.
I'll play native. I got long hair.
Yeah, this is
not tell the descent into the psychological madness that Ambrose, the lead character, main protagonist, goes through in just 32 pages.
Okay.
So you want to think about it. The first few issues, as you know, back in the day, the 70s, the 80s, there was the pilot episode for TV shows where it was like a 2-hour TV movie, and if it did well, there we go.
Yeah.
But it established everything. So consider the first few issues as the pilot until we get into the thick of things. We will answer the questions quickly. This is not the X-Files where we have to wait 10 years to maybe guess about the questions, answers. But yeah, anybody else want to pick up? Because I have word.
Yeah, no. I think you hit it on point. I think one of the things too, Al, this is the first arc is 12 issues, 32 pages. One of the things that we wanted to do, because usually when a person has a cool character, they jump into that character. You don't see their journey. You don't see what they went through to be where they are. So one of the things that we wanted to do is we wanted to not only show his journey, but we want to show the characters that define Deathblade. Deathblade is not just defined based on one character. You're going to see some characters in there that you'll be like, wait a minute. Hold up.
And that's another thing that I enjoyed about this project so far. You can tell that they understand the road ahead. It's not, everything's not crammed into one issue.
Good.
It's given this.
We've been working hard on that.
To make sure that all the art is good, to make sure that the story has a nice steady pace.
Yes.
And you can tell that these guys have thought ahead in what they're doing. It's not just about right now, this is my only moment, I got to get it out while I can. No, we're going to take the time to get it done the right way so that this can be the first step, and the next step, and then the next step. You know what I mean? And
it's pacing. Just like you said, it's the pacing. And I got to give Brian and I got to give Chuck, credit for making sure that we paced it right. We want to make sure, the first couple of pages, we're gonna draw you in, and then you're gonna understand how the story ends, and then we leave you with a banger. And that's all I'm gonna say. I thought we gave you that, but I'm not sure if we did or not. But I'm just letting you guys know. I'm not gonna say anything.
You better be confident. Yes, you did.
The last two pages. The last two pages.
You left them with a banger.
They're bangers. That's all I'm gonna say. They're bangers.
Right. Can I interject quickly?
I love how Brian raises his hand. Like, this is cool. Ooh.
Can I go to the bathroom, please? I gotta pee. I gotta potty.
For you.
I gotta poo pee pee.
Do it in your book bag.
Don't worry, I have diapers right now. I'm not on pull-ups yet, but I'm getting there. I'm gonna be a big kid soon. Yay. I'll never do that again. The spirit fingers. Anyways, so it's not so much a banner. There will be an exciting incident. But if all of us have done our jobs correctly, you're going to finish that first issue asking yourself questions. Now, as a freelancer, ghostwriter, people give me ideas. I want this as a book because it will make millions of dollars. And I make it a book. The person knows where the story is going. They have everything in their head. They have dreamt everything. There's always a rush to get to that big moment, that big scene, that big thing. But the thing is that the audience, the reader, the consumer, the demographic doesn't know that. So the fun in writing is effing with the audience, making them wonder what's going to come next. We know as the creators, but making them, if the biggest hook that any writer can do is not, a Robert Kirkman, massive kill at the end of an issue, which is shock jock.
Yeah.
But rather making the audience ask questions. Why? What is going on? Where did that come from? Not in the, wow, that's out of left field. That's a plot hole or deus ex machina. But more, have them engaged to that level on a cerebral level. That is what this first issue does. And I'm not shooting my own horn. I'm just saying that's what I've hopefully conveyed onto the pages. To make people wonder, why is everything going on? How does it fit? What is the connection? The connection is there. Mm-hmm. It's shown, not with like neon lights, like
and pointing
in Webster,
look.
But
it's kind of like the thing that I told them is, we want you, when you look at the first page, we want you to be so excited that you're turning to the next page. And then when you're done reading a book, you're gonna be like, wait a minute, I feel like I missed something. I'm ready for book 2. Well, that's the whole purpose. And just to let people know, we already got book 2 and book 3 set. They're already been confirmed.
And that was my next question. Wonderful. So what's the release schedule going to be like? What's the idea here? Will they all be on Kickstarter? You looking to get signed, released on self? Like what's the idea? I want to know.
We're going to be doing Kickstarters. That is phase 1 for us.
Okay. Is it for all 12?
It's
so far, or for the first, or maybe the first 4?
I mean, we're going to feel it out, right? Like, you move forward if at some point, you never know what can happen to the internet or to any of these, because we've already seen, certain like social media platforms change, or even like crowdfunding platforms change. Like Indiegogo is not the same it used to be. So you always got to be ready to pivot. Right now, it's looking like Kickstarter and hopefully getting into stores are going to be the 2 big ones for us. But you're just going to keep feeling it out and keep looking for that new way in and that new way to get an audience. And of course, the other big thing is conventions. You're going to be seeing us at conventions. We're going to be selling on the floor. So yeah, I mean, we got a lot of plans, and it just really depends on how things go and what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, and that's something our parent company, Jackie Boy. Want to give a shout out to Jackie Boy, President John Tillery. Our goal is a full-blown, not just books, but we have other media ideals that I definitely don't want to talk about right now, but I can let you know that we have some exciting things planned. But one thing that I feel sometimes as independents or people who get a book, they get excited and then they try to spread themselves thin.
Yeah.
And they lose the story. That's not going to happen.
They lose the story, themselves, their team.
Yeah.
Their mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, just talking about conventions, like look at that picture that's up behind you right now and tell me that walking down the convention floor and you see that image behind you, that's not going to grab your attention and make you wonder
of
what's
course. Coloring, the
balls,
everything. I'm excited. I mean, what's
wait,
going to be
3
the
hand
first
jobs?
show?
Where?
I need to know, what's the first show of 2025?
Say it again.
What's going to be the first show of 2025 where we can meet some of you, one of you, all of you? What's popping?
I'm looking at coming back to C2E2.
Okay.
We just got accepted to the LA Comic-Con and the Monster show. And
cool.
Atlanta Comic-Con, we just got accepted. We're trying to look for a Momo here in Atlanta. DreamCon, HeroCon. I'm just trying to see which one because I'm working with Kevin over at Ink Studios.
Excellent.
See,
and I'm also going to be trying to get us into some Canadian conventions for
definitely
myself and anybody else who's up north.
Rhode Island too. Rhode Island.
I saw you coming, Brian.
Rhode Island, and then we also have BlurCon.
Hey, wait a minute. For Rhode Island Comic Con, we have it in there, and one of my fellow comic crusaders, I passed him the torch to handle that, is going to be handling the comic book content for Rhode Island Comic Con. So that said, I would love to maybe connect you guys and maybe have a nice Deathblade panel or indie creation panel and have you as part of it.
Definitely. We would love to do that. And I want to say something too. As independent comics, and I'm new to this. I'm still new to this industry. Okay, I'm still learning a lot.
We learn every day, baby. This is what this is.
I'm learning a lot. I still get, sometimes I may be a little bit out there and the guys got to bring me back in, but I'm in. I'm in, but I think one of the things that I have to give credit to where credit is due is this team has really made it very easy for us to just be smooth. And someone asked us what makes our team click. And one of the things that I look at is I look at talent, yes, but I build on relationships, Al. I look, can I build a relationship with this person? after it's all said and done, a person who believes in what I believe in and cares, and is not just nickel and diming you down every time, saying, okay, Ed, it's $500. Oh, Ed, you got to do is $200. By the time you're done, you'd be like, what the heck? So, my thing is, I'm looking for guys who are hungry. I'm looking for guys who are looking to make an impact. And we're looking for Deathblade to make an impact. And I have to give credit to the foundation of the story. I have to give credit to Jibba Moley Anderson from Gryu Comics. He's an OG. He's the one who really helped me out. Really, when I first gave him the script, he pretty much ripped me a new one. He pretty much
not my script. The previous.
Not your script.
Not my script.
Let's clarify for a moment.
He ripped me a new one, but you know what? The thing that he helped me was to get the foundation and the structure of the story. And he told me, Ed, if you're going to do something, I don't want to see a Superman. I don't want to see a Spawn. I want to see something different.
Yeah.
And one thing that we also realize is, like Brian always says, every story's been told, but it's how you layer it and how you set your stories and plot and characters up can make a whole difference. And that's what we have done here. And so I want those who are watching and those who will watch, to send the word out. Deathblade is going to be a very, very challenging story, because we're going to challenge the readers, because we understand, hey, we know how the comic book world wants. These guys have been in, they're veterans, and it makes it easy.
I just want to tell people, because I've been showing off the banner, and I'm not showing it just off any crazy banner. This is the banner where you go to get notified once this baby launches. It's in the show notes, but it's right there. Let me just spread it out there. It's tinyurl.com/Deathblade-1, the number 1, folks. Yo, sign up now to support this amazing project. Now, I feel bad. Phil here been quiet, like an observer, like, Phil, man, share your thoughts on the project and what you think about Deathblade, baby.
Nah. It's an awesome project. I've been in Deathblade since the very beginning, and it's something that I fell off the project for a while. Personal issues, but I'm glad to be back, and it's just something that I want to see come to fruition. It's an awesome project, awesome characters. It's something that I'm looking forward to.
Excellent, man. And now, are you going to be participating in any cons, maybe around the hood in the BX or Brooklyn, New York overall?
Probably. Ed was talking to me about it a little bit, so we got to touch bases on that some more. But probably.
Yeah, man. I know that's the Brooklyn Comic Con, which people said it was and a couple of others. Big Apple, with Big Mike over there is usually a nice one. I mean, I heard good things about the last show they did. I mean, it's a monthly show, but hey, man, it's just stuff to start spreading the word. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, we definitely want to do some monster cons, some horror cons.
Oh, but you got to do the one in Jersey. What's that one, Phil? The one in Jersey?
Yeah.
Monster Mania?
Name of it.
Is it Monster Mania or some shit? That's probably one of the ones you're going to have to do.
Yeah, that's, we really want to definitely cater to that. I would love to do the Comic Con of San Diego, but that's a little bit too big for us. We kind of want to.
Hey, how dare you? How dare you say it's a little bit too big for you?
You
too big for them. That's what
Put their pants on like everybody else, man.
You're too big for them. They can't house the greatness of Deathblade at San Diego.
Oh, definitely.
They cannot contain that energy. It is them that are missing out. But you should definitely do that. It's a great show. But no, actually, you know what? New York Comic Con is more comic book focused.
Right. That's what.
So if you want Deathblade to be a TV show, do San Diego, because that's the type of people you're going to run into over there that try to option you. But if you're looking for comic book fans, it's New York Comic Con. Right.
That's what we're looking for. We're looking for comic book fans. We're looking for fans who like horror. I'm a 70s, 80s, 90s person, so horror back then, scare
Who
you
you
out.
talking to, brother? Come on, man. Look
Yeah.
at these sexy white hairs we got. Of course, it tells us our age.
Yeah, exactly. We still look good. We still look
You know
good.
what? You know why they're white? Because all these movies scare the shit out of us. All right.
That is true, man. That's true.
We are the best.
But yeah, that's what we want to do, Al. We want to build ourselves. And of course, I would love to do every Comic-Con, but money.
I know on my vision board has a Comic-Con in Nigeria.
Yes, we
let me know where you
Nigeria.
go. I need to meet my next wife over there.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. If you were serious, man.
Yeah, we were looking at
hang out with.
Yeah, we do have an opportunity. Before Deathblade project, I was working with a company called Comic Republic.
Okay, I know that word. Yep.
Yeah, we work with Jod Martin, the CEO. My parent company, our parent company, Jackie Boy, we signed them and we got them a TV deal. So that's why it took Deathblade so long. After we worked with them and helped JD and them get their TV contract, I was like, you know what, man, I'm helping someone else. Let me go do my thing.
Yeah, you gotta help yourself, man. It's that old you gotta love yourself.
So I just went in and because, like I told them, I had Deathblade done, but it wasn't a comic book. We were going to do a movie, we were going to do a movie out of it. And then I just said, John, no, I'm not going to do that. I said, I'm a comic book guy. Let me go turn this into a comic book, and that's how the whole story began. But yeah, over there in Nigeria, those guys they're incredible over there. And there's definitely opportunities for us to bring Deathblade not only to Africa, but to the UK, to China. We have opportunities. I talk to people every day, looking, they see the character, and again, like I tell people, hey, it's great that you like the character, but how can you make it happen? We're not about just talking. We're about getting it done. And one of the things as a indie comic, as you know, we're competing with the Marvels, DCs, but I feel with this character right here, I don't think we're going to have any problems.
I don't think comic creators nowadays got to worry about the big two, because the big two is not producing the same content they used to. It's not as quality based. Just being honest. I grew up on the shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's not the same anymore. You got some cool stories that pop off, a lot that just don't. In the DC is one of the only ones trying to make some changes to kind of revert to their old style with that absolute shit they're doing, which is kind of cool. But again, a little bit too late. Oversaturation. It's you guys. It's you independent guys that are bringing the new shit. We're looking for our character of this, decade. Deathblade might be it then, baby. Let's go. The character of the decade. You name me, what's the hot character that came out now since 2020 to 2025? Name me one huge blow up character. Can you?
No. Can't.
Think about it. We don't have that anymore. In the 90s, fucking Deadpool, Spawn, Cable, all that shit. 80s, we had our ill characters that came out. 70s, every era, but it's now where the ill characters? It's just oversaturation, reuse stuff. I mean, Phil, comic book collector from New York, do you feel the same? Well, what do you think the comics are going with big versus indie?
No, I think that's the big difference. The big companies, they're just pretty much recycling. They're recycling everything that they had because there's no new content coming out that can match their old stuff. And that's where, I think, indies could shine and have that ability to shine because they're not, held back by those boundaries that those big companies have. Mm-hmm. So you see a lot of really cool indie stuff coming out, and I think now this is the perfect time for it.
Definitely. I think we, as long as it took us 2 years to get Deathblade out, because I told people development, we took our time. We weren't going to sit up there and just rush. I know some people crazy, but there's, development, folks. You got to develop it right. We're not going to just throw something out, like Hollywood, they throw movies out. They know, hey, it may not work, but we're going to throw it out anyway.
You mean like Snow White?
Yeah. I mean, whatever. We're just not going to do that.
Some stuff should be thrown out.
Yes. I mean, this script, and I just came back from Y2K, Oregon Trail. I just got Dystopia or whatever.
He was partying like it was 1999, apparently.
Exactly. We went through variations of the script. You know, the first one was very superhero-ish. It crammed about 5 issues worth of plots and subplots into 24 pages.
Oh my God.
It couldn't breathe. It was a typical indie comic where it just rushes out there. And I don't mean that.
Basically, it was as tight as a fart, huh?
Exactly. Yeah. Not as tight as my ex-girlfriend's, but that's
me, bro. That's why I blew his hair off, folks.
Yeah.
And then the second one, Eddie was working with a different writer. He didn't quite get the horror angle. It was lacking that. It was still superhero-ish. It had some of the urban fantasy type stuff, but it wasn't presented in a presentable way. They went through about 5 different drafts of issue 1 before I kind of just raised my hand and said, Eddie, I'll do it. You know, I've been with you for 2 years. I'll do it. So that's the difference with us and other people in the development time. And I'm so badly trying to jump in here, trying to feel important right now. But hey.
But what do you feel about Frank? He goes, as an indie comic artist, you're limited to how much exposure. The tree that falls on the forest, if it makes a sound, but no witnesses, the fall of the sound.
And that's everything. That is, we talked about that earlier, Al, when you had Aleem on. For indie comics, we have to get above the trees. We have to, so people can see it. Because the thing that I've noticed, when you get above the trees and people see Deathblade, they be like, yo, that's bad. Yeah. I want to see it. So that's promotions, that's doing ads. You know, I know a lot of people may not like this guy, but I've always thought the guy that did what's the comic, Philip?
The Something Verse one.
I know you talk the Rippaverse.
Rippaverse.
Yeah.
People, now the difference is he had an audience. Okay, he
brought an audience for multiple things that he worked on, and that, I say the same thing. Like, he's not an overnight sensation. He had an audience that followed him through every venture he did.
Yeah, right.
Difference.
That's a difference. But the thing that I liked about it was his ads. You knew his ads. So that's what we're looking to do. Build the ads. I think sometimes as indie comics, we rush. We don't give people a chance to see us above the trees.
Well, that's the advantage that you have of having a full team behind you. Because when you're doing it on your own as a creative person, once you finish that creative, that takes a lot of energy. You know what I mean? So you don't have nothing left really, unless that's really something that you're just passionate about. But I'm passionate about art. I'm passionate about making things. So that's where all my energy goes. And when it's time to promote or even sometimes talk about the projects that I'm working on, I'm spent already, you know?
Right.
My pitch is for Sweet Pea when I started out was just read it. You're going to like it. Trust me. You know what I mean? Because I already put everything I had inside of it.
Hey, Sweet Pea was amazing, dude. I'm going to tell you, it was amazing.
Thank you. So, I mean, like, I've been a part of this project, and I've been learning while I've been here. I learned a lot from Brian. I learned a lot from Chuck. And I learned a lot from Ed, and just being a part of the experience that it takes a village. A nice team, a network, you know, like it takes a village. I don't want to say take a village, but it takes a village to make, you know.
It does.
Yeah.
With all my personalities, you know, it's a village.
It is. I tell people that all the time, you know, in business and life, raising kids, that term, say village, normally applies to raising kids. But no, you know, when you have a project, it's also a baby that you got to raise. You know, and you guys are the village right here that are raising this baby that you guys are creating right here. So yeah, it's true, and everybody got to work cohesively and symbiotically, and you know, and create something beautiful. And you guys definitely have fucking shown and proved. Holy shit! Tell you that much, and folks. You don't believe me? Just sign up right here it's right there.
Yeah, they got it. Hey, I'm telling everybody. Thanks. Thanks, Al. I'm telling everybody, go to our Kickstarter, tinyurl.com, Deathblade-1.
That's the page right there. That's the page right there.
Sign up on the social medias. We want you signing up right here.
Yes. Listen, while we've been on the show, we had one person sign up. Thank you kindly. But with as many viewers as we have right now, we should have been almost approaching 100. So come on, baby. Everybody, go ahead. Just turn on those notifications. Show some love. Ain't nothing but a click, baby. Just make it happen, all right? You should make that into a song. Ain't nothing but a click.
Yes. And we got some major announcements coming for awards and stuff, tiers. We got, some unique stuff that we're going to be sharing. But, one of the things that I told you, we talked about this earlier, getting the book done is easy. The hard part is the promotions and the marketing. And that's where I have to give, that's where Ink Studios, where Kevin and them are going to get their money. They work with a lot of people, but also I realized too that they can't do all the work. Ed Brown's got to come and he's got to do something. He's got to do some works. So we're all going to work. We're all going to push. But we need everyone. We need creators to back each other. We need, everyone to put forth. If you like this, we need you to go bring someone with you. Our goal, we want to do so much.
Thanks, Empire Gamer.
Yeah, man. Thank you. We went from 57 to 59 now, baby. That's right. Thank you. That's right. Show that love, baby.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get folks. We're trying to get over. My goal is 500. If we can get 500, that lets us know that we can make it happen. I'm asking that 500 to go and purchase it.
So talk to me. This is the important question. While everybody is signing up to get notified for the launch, what is the ETA of the launch?
The launch for the ETA is going to be in March. We're looking at late March.
All right, there we go. Oh, nice. I think it'll be a good gift for my baby brother. That's his birthday by then. Excellent.
And I'm going to say this on your show because you're special, Al. So I'm going to say this on your show.
I'm not as special as Brian, but
yeah.
I have an ed plan. I have an IEP.
That's a different kind of special. No, that's a different kind of special.
This is what we're going to do, and I'm going to say this on your show, and no one else.
Oh man, there we go. A drop.
Okay, I'm going to drop it. Okay, we are doing an early bird, and it's going to only be 250 slots.
Oh shit.
And what comes with it will be an authentic seal, first time seal. So it's a seal with
the certificate of authenticity with a seal.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, and we're going to have a coin, but that coin will, be limited, and we're going to have some limited prizes.
Not a big coin, an actual coin, right?
An actual coin with Deathblade, and it's only going to be between $45 and $50. If you want $50, you want the coin, you can get the coin.
Oh, bet we're gonna get them coins.
There's only 250 seats. So when we release that, that's why I'm telling everyone, I'm not going to announce it on my social media. You got to be signed up in the Kickstarter. You got to be in our emails. So when we release that, first come, first serve.
You heard that? That's how like the barbershop back in the day. No appointment. So I miss those days anyway.
Yes. So, we're very serious about it. And we also have, and I'm going to say this too. We're going to do something for the military. We're doing for every, there's a tier for military. So every book that is chosen in that military tier, we are giving a free Deathblade to the Army, to the military. So we're giving back. We're giving back, and
give back to our troopers that are bored out there. Give them something to chill with. This is great. And then salute to everybody out there that spent the holidays away from their family serving. Yo,
Yes.
Thank you for your service, for real.
Definitely. Definitely. Yes.
Yo, but man, you guys awesome. You know, last tidbit here, cause let me go with Phil, cause you know, you're being quiet, son. It's like listening, like, ooh, yes, I know.
I was just telling him to shut up.
So Phil, talk to me, man. What can we expect from you and you know in the next couple of months? And talk, you know, where can we follow you? Keep up to date if you want to share anything popping.
I'm working on right now. I've been diving a lot into 3D stuff, so I'm doing some 3D models for Deathblade.
Oh, cool.
You know, that will be available with the Kickstarter, and also some STLs that'll be available for download for anybody who has a 3D printer or want to print them themselves.
Oh, word? So you mean action figure type stuff?
Yeah, yeah. 3D stuff.
Dope. Phil, bro. I gotta get you back on and get you on camera and show off some of your creations, man. What's going on?
You got it, definitely.
Yeah, excellent. And, all right, so my man Brian over here, you know, his internet didn't go down. He had to let one go, and just things happen.
You get it.
You know, private time. I'm gonna be writing.
You're gonna be ghost writing and really writing.
Yeah, pretty much. For Deathblade, I do have 2 novels coming out in the summer under my own name, my own IP. I do have a trilogy of novels coming out from somebody who's connected to Hasbro that I have co-writing credit for. I'm finally growing up and getting credit. The film.
Yay, look at you.
I know, it's amazing. It only took 20 years.
Only 20. Holy shit.
But there's a whole bunch of stuff in my pipeline. The film is going to be is in production by Kill Devil Films. He's a director who's done music videos for Saliva, Hailstorm, I Prevail.
Ooh, I'm a metalhead. Yeah, brilliant, baby.
He's directing it, Thomas Crane. And other than that, Deathblade, sign up, guys.
Yeah.
Sign up. The most important thing on the planet. I'm gonna leave that going there. I'm gonna leave it there as we talk to the fellas. All right, my man Chuck, the man don't give a fuck. You talking about this 2025 comeback. Talk to me, baby.
That's it, buddy.
Where can we see you? Where can we follow you? What's going on?
You know what, man? Obviously, you can find me on Facebook, Chuck PINEAU. You can find me on Instagram and YouTube, same place. You can find me on Twitter or X. I ain't calling it that. Screw that shit. At Chucky Pin over on Twitter. And yeah, man, you know what? Even like while we were doing this, I got messages from my boy Henri. We've got War Lion 3 coming out this year. Ooh. So that's going to finally finish out. Plus Belial 4 is finally going to happen. My novel series, Essence House, the next book is going to come out this year. So there's a lot happening, man. Not screwing around.
Got a lot on your hands.
Yeah, man. Coming on back. And plus, you know, editing like a motherfucker. So, yeah, doing what I do, bud.
And so everybody knows apparently Chuck looks like the character because that's where his box should be. And that's actually him. So that's going to be the character's voice from now on. I can't hear no other voice now.
I'm good with that.
All right. Ali, man, talk to me, man. Where you pimping your wares? What's popping with Alter Ego? Everything. Talk to me.
Yeah, so we've been doing mural arts lately. So that's a new project. Yeah,
mural artwork, really? Oh, that's cool, bro.
Yep. Landed that. We're gonna be doing Diary of Sweet Pea issue 3 should be coming out this year once we finish up giving this the love that it deserves.
Oh,
I'm also working on a nonprofit project for incarcerated youth that I can't really get into too much right now because I don't know how much they want me to share, but that's going to be comic book related.
Okay.
And I'm also writing a new title, so that's going to be happening soon.
Oh shit! The Ali verse expands, baby. I love it.
I'm going to lean on Brian though, man. I'm gonna go to the master.
Like I said, I'm here to help, man.
That's how you improve, man. You got to go to the guys that know. So
and the one with the ed plan.
So
bad.
Yeah, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Alter Ego Arts, and Sweet Pea Comic. You can find me on TikTok. Alter Ego Arts and Sweet Pea Comic as well, man.
Excellent.
And right now, what we want your attention on is Deathblade. So you can find me on Kickstarter at tinyurl.com/Deathblade1. Get that notification.
See what you did there, man. See what you did.
And last but not least, the big man himself, your Big Ed, man. This project is coming, man. How are you feeling? Are you excited for March? What's going on? What podcast are you doing next? What's the next appearance? So people will keep hearing the story of Deathblade.
Hey, we got a lot going on. Right now, man, I'm just excited. I'm humbled. I'm humbled just to be able to work with this team. I have, and I said it before, I'm going to say it again. I got the best team in the business. I got the best team in indies. I got the best talent. These guys have delivered.
There we go.
Brian, Chuck, Aleem, Philip, who's worked with me. But these three right here, I'll go to war with them. And I know I'm going to win because ain't no one going to beat me.
There we go.
I'm telling everyone right now.
What kind of war?
Any war.
Pickleball war.
Any war. I'll go to war.
You're on your own, man.
You guys are with me because I know you guys are hanging, and I know you guys have done everything that you guys have given over 1,000,000%. And what the fans are going to see when they see this book, it's going to be amazing. We already got issues 2 and 3 already. Issues 2, 3, and 4 already done. It's already been set. I'm currently, like I told you, I am the executive VP for film and television for our Jackie Boy. I got a script called Fast and Crash that we're looking to get done. We're in the middle of some talks, and also have another one called Immortal Cowboys that we've been working on. And I'm going to kind of give a spoiler a little bit. Aleem and me, I was going to do a television series for that, but I want to do a comic book version. And me and Liam are going to do a Western.
Oh, shit.
We're going to do a Western. It's going to be Immortal Cowboys. And you guys think Deathblade was sick? You have no idea what I got cooking. I got a lot cooking on a Western.
There we go. You smell what Brown is cooking, baby? Hey!
Fast and Crash is serious. Fast and Crash is serious. So, we got a lot of things going on, and also a comedy, Jackie Boy called First Lady Day. We've been working on that, which we're really excited about that. So, hey, man, we're here for it.
Done. This whole team is getting stuff done. That's what's amazing. So, folks, again, thank you for everybody that tuned in, show them some love. Let me refresh that real quick. Can it be over 60 before the show is over? That would be great. Anyway, we're at 59, but that's fine. You guys got, we have time before you go live. All right. Mm-hmm. Yes. Like a month and a half. Don't be messing around, mi gente, Crusaders and everybody. Show love for indie. Support the project. All the links are below. Of course, follow across on the socials on Instagram at Skull Valley Comics. And that was a Deathblade Orc, no H, on also on Instagram and also on X. All right, or I use the word X because I respect people's brand change. All right, that's the only reason I'll do that.
Right? I ain't got no respect, none. I appreciate what you're doing, Al, but fuck it.
I love it. That's why I love Chuck. He really don't give a fuck.
That's it, homie. That's it.
I mean. And Chuck, you got to come on too. I want everybody to come back on their own and talk about your projects as well. I would love to. And then come back when Deathblade 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 all the way through. I want you guys coming back and definitely just keep talking about the expansion of the story, what's keeping people excited. Because I definitely see a great future for this. Because if just the pieces of artwork I showed off today, just a sample of what you guys are getting, holy shit, are we in for a hell of a beautiful, amazing ride, and make it rain on those books, baby, on this amazing.
Hey, Al, we need to sing you. I need to sing you. I thought I sent you the one picture, but I'm not going to say who it is. I'm going to send it to you.
All right, here we go.
I'm gonna send it to you.
There's been a show of teasers, apparently. Right? I love it. Now, with that, again, fellas, thank you so much. Everybody that tuned in, thank you so much. Much love. You know what it is. Follow everything Comic Crusaders at Comic Crusaders. All across the socials except YouTube, which is Comic Crusaders World, because it's me and my amazing team as well, which that I have much love for. Yes. With that, thank you so much. Hasta la próxima, baby. Wepaaaaaaaaaaa!
Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.shop and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.